Hello and welcome to Business Reporter's Future of Financial Services and Banking campaign. I'm Alistair Greener. Financial services providers are struggling to keep up with the pace of technological change in the industry. Increasing demand for a more personalised customer experience through an improvement in digital products and platforms are the primary factors behind the trend. And companies that are not adapting quickly risk losing market value. So how can they ensure they remain competitive in a rapidly changing marketplace? This is what we're going to discuss with Bismarck Lepe, founder and CEO of Wizeline. What does the perfect customer experience look like in banking?
Well, the perfect customer experience is where the consumer is their own banker. They get to decide where their money's at, how they access their money, how they trade, when they trade, how much risk they want. They want to be able to get a home mortgage on their mobile app without having to fill out endless reams of forms.
Now, you advocate that customers should be in control of the experience and also that this experience must be seamless. Why isn't it not happening at the moment?
It's difficult to move a very large organization in a new direction. And I think part of it is also it's difficult for these companies to attract the best talent or the talent that they need for them to be able to evolve their businesses, to adopt these new technologies. But we are talking about survival. And so I think at the board level, it's starting to become an imperative to hire the right talent, invest in the new technologies in order to be able to drive new businesses.
Now, it sounds like digital transformation is a whole universe of business activities and virtues. You know, it's a process, a method, a culture, collaboration, a talent hunt, a nurturing and skills. But where should boardroom members actually start?
Well, it's all of the above. First and foremost, I think it's incredibly important that companies adopt the cloud. They need to move their compute and their data processing, data engineering into the cloud, because especially for companies that have been around decades, data is a key asset, but it needs to be in the cloud for them to be able to do something with it. Once it's in the cloud, it makes it much easier for them to build consumer-oriented apps or faster apps that will allow for the trading and the financial returns that companies have been used to. Now, it's a really exciting time where we're starting to see the evolution of data to machine learning and true artificial intelligence to personalize the experience for consumers. And we're also starting to see how the blockchain can help financial institutions do what they're already doing even better, faster, in a more secure way.
Now, you talked about technologies, the cloud, AI, smart data management. I mean, these are all around and everyone's talking about them. Can you give us a status report about how financial institutions have adopted them?
I would say financial institutions are a little bit slower to adopt, but you're already starting to see very well-funded technology companies or startups that are using aspects of each one of these technologies that I mentioned in order for them to provide a better end user experience for their customers. And so my view on this, our view on this, is that companies need to at the very least start to experiment with the new technologies, but again, with the focus of optimizing the end user experience.
Now, what you're implying is that adopting the freshest technologies is not a choice anymore. You know, we do or die. Could you confirm that the options really are black and white?
It's the innovator's dilemma. They have very successful businesses, financial institutions, especially in if we look at 2021 and looking at 2022, have done well. But there are a lot of other companies that are coming in with point solutions that are doing incredibly well and growing much, much faster.
Okay, let's imagine that I'm a CEO and you've won me over. I sign up. So what's going to happen from tomorrow?
Again, it's very important that all of their applications move to the cloud. It can be a private cloud. It can be a public cloud, but it's incredibly important to move to the cloud. Then it's important to modernize all the applications by putting the consumer at the center, driven by experiences that have data or machine learning algorithms underneath. And then finally, I think it's incredibly important to think about how these applications can reach a wider and broader audience. The nice thing about technology is that you can personalize the experience for each individual user.
Now, the cloud makes many of decision makers quite nervous. Often we can hear them doubting its security. What's your assessment?
Well, I think one of the misconceptions around the cloud is that it's wide open and anybody and everybody can see the data or your customers. And the reality is that the cloud just means that it's a managed server that gives you infinite scalability, but the security protocols that are required for those servers are the same ones that are required for the cloud. And there are systems and teams and processes built around making the cloud experiences and cloud development as secure as possible.
Is it an evolution or a revolution?
I think for large institutions, it's important to take an evolutionary approach, but this evolution needs to happen in quarters and years and not decades.
Okay, we understand the principles, but tell us how Wizeline helps to achieve all of these.
Wizeline started from the beginning building cloud native applications, and we've been one of the fastest growing companies in the industry. We offer a nearshore model, so we have incredibly talented engineers, designers, product and project managers that help drive the entire life cycle of software, from strategic planning and product prioritization to development to the deprecation or maintenance of applications. And we do this with global 2,000 companies.
Talent, technology and culture to make bold changes. The transformation sounds like a complex task. What are the 3 key ideas that the boardroom must always remember?
The 3 most important takeaways is make sure that you're taking advantage of the cloud. So migrate to the cloud, collect all of your data, do something with that data. Put the consumer at the center of all of the applications that you do, and make sure that you're continuing to hire some of the best talent and partners to help you on this journey.
Well, that was Bismarck Lepe, founder and CEO of Wizeline.